Yo, what's going on guys, Fnatic, and I am back with another video. So today we are going to be doing the schedule preview of the Oklahoma Sooners. So Lincoln Riley has done an incredible job at his time here in Oklahoma, especially over the past couple years. It's just been remarkable what he's done. Baker Mayfield, Heisman winner, drafted first overall. He put together one of the best single seasons from a quarterback we've seen in a long time. And then the year after, when everybody thinks they're going to have a little bit of a dip, Kyler Murray comes in and there was no drop-off. In fact, there was improvement. Kyler Murray wins the Heisman, gets drafted first overall, and again puts one of the best single season stat-wise that we've seen in a long time. They've made the playoffs in back-to-back years, and now once everybody thought there's finally going to be a bit of a drop-off, they go out and they get one of the best backup, in my opinion, in all of college football, Jalen Hurts from Alabama. Definitely starter caliber, and under Lincoln Riley, who knows what the ceiling is for Jalen Hurts. So is Jalen Hurts finally the guy to get him over just the playoff hump and in to the national championship and winning the national championship? Let's find out. So Oklahoma starts off the year in a very interesting game against Houston. Houston used to be a very good team. They've kind of dropped off over the past couple years, but Houston is the type of team that could very well upset Oklahoma. It's going to be an offensive game. I think Houston's going to bring it. I think it's going to be a close game for a decent amount of the game. There's going to be fireworks. This game has the potential to be over 100 points. I do think Oklahoma's going to be able to handle it, though. I think Oklahoma will not be stopped hardly ever against a terrible Houston defense. Houston's offense is the only thing that's going to keep them in this game, and I don't think their offense can quite keep up with Oklahoma's truly elite offense. So Oklahoma starts off 1-0. So I don't really think we have to talk about this much. South Dakota, that's going to be a win, 2-0. So now they are on the road against UCLA. This is kind of similar to the Houston game. I think this is another game that has potential to go over 100 points. You'll see that a lot on Oklahoma's schedule. But again, I think Oklahoma's offense is going to win this one for them. I don't think UCLA and Chip Kelly's offense is quite as developed, and Chip Kelly doesn't have his full team in there yet to compete with those elite offenses for the Sooners. So I'm going to give Oklahoma another win against UCLA. So coming off of a bye, they face Texas Tech. Again, similar to UCLA, similar to Houston. I'm going to give Oklahoma this win as well. Again, I think that Oklahoma's offense is going to win it for them. Oklahoma's defense, I think, will struggle in this game, just like the UCLA and Houston game. I think Texas Tech's offense could put up potentially 40 points or so on Oklahoma, but I think Oklahoma's offense has the potential to maybe even score 50 against a truly awful Texas Tech defense. I think Oklahoma's offense gets them another win. So they are on the road now against Kansas. I think this is going to be the first game besides South Dakota where their defense actually impresses. I think this might be kind of a slower starting game for Oklahoma. This might be a lower scoring game. I still think Oklahoma's offense will be fine in this game, but this is kind of a sandwich game between Texas Tech and, more importantly, Texas. The Red River rivalry is following up this game, so I think it'll be kind of an ugly first half game with Oklahoma separating in the second half, getting the win against Kansas. Now, for the Red River rivalry against Texas, I'm going to give Oklahoma the win here. Texas won last year's Red River rivalry. Oklahoma's going to be looking for revenge against this team. I am extremely high on Texas this year. I think Texas has the potential to be a playoff team, but the reason I think Oklahoma's going to win is, one, I'm just not sure that Texas is quite as talented as Oklahoma on the offensive side right now. I haven't seen enough of Texas to go with them in this game, so I'm going to go with the much safer bet, in my opinion, in the Oklahoma Sooners. So they return home to face West Virginia. West Virginia, I think, is going to have a huge drop-off this year. They lost Will Grier to the draft, and I just don't think that they're going to be the same team this year. I think they'll be okay. They may make a bowl game, but they're not going to be anything special. They're probably not going to be anything that could potentially beat Oklahoma. The offense might show up a little bit, since Oklahoma's defense I don't think is very good at all. But their offense without Will Grier can't really compete with an elite offense like Oklahoma's. So Oklahoma heads back on the road to face Kansas State. Kansas State is going to be rebuilding this year. They lost their coach, have a new coach. They're not going to be very good this year. They probably won't make a bowl game. They're starting the new era over there in Kansas State, so I don't really think we have to spend too much time on this. I think Oklahoma is going to beat Kansas State, as once again their offense has the potential to maybe even put up 50-plus points here. So this is a possible loss here. Iowa State. I think the second possible loss on the schedule behind Texas is Iowa State. I think Iowa State is going to be decent this year. They have the potential to go 8-4, 9-3. I think they're going to be a decent team. I think they're going to be a good team. Not great. If Oklahoma was on the road here, I might even give Iowa State the win, but they're at home, and Iowa State upset them a couple years ago and ruined their undefeated season. I think Oklahoma is going to remember that, and they're not going to have that happen again. They're going to bring their A game. They're going to get the win over Iowa State. So they head back on the road against Baylor. Baylor's kind of the Texas Tech, UCLA, Houston game. I think Oklahoma's going to win this game just with their offense. I think this is going to be another high-powered offensive game, just like most of Oklahoma's games are. This game, I think, will actually probably get over 100 points. Baylor will probably put like 40 or something on them, and Oklahoma will put up towards 58, 59 in the 60 areas. I think Oklahoma's offense keeps them undefeated so far this season. So they're another possible loss against TCU. This is kind of a sandwich game between Baylor and Oklahoma State. So do I think Oklahoma is going to lose to TCU? No. I think that this will be a close game, kind of a slower starting offense for Oklahoma. I think TCU is probably going to get out to a quick start and a quick lead. I think Oklahoma is going to come back in this game. They're going to snap back into it. They're going to want to keep that undefeated season hopes alive. And I think they're going to be able to come back and defeat the TCU Horned Frogs, I think is their mascot, I'm pretty sure. And again, it's kind of the Iowa State thing. This is a sandwich game, and I think it is a possible loss. But they're at home against Iowa State and TCU, so that's why I'm going to give them the wins against both of these teams. If they are on the road, maybe they lose one of them. But since they're at home, I'm going to go with the safer bet in Oklahoma. So in the rivalry week, they face Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State has the potential to be a top 25 team this year. They've been decent the past couple years, nothing really that special. But I think they'll be decent this year. But does that mean I think they're going to be able to beat Oklahoma? No, I think this is going to be a very, very competitive game. I think Oklahoma State matches up well against Oklahoma. But Oklahoma is going to want to keep that undefeated season alive. They're going to want to go 12-0. More than anything, so I think they're going to find a way to sneak out of here with the win thanks to their offense. This game is definitely going to go over 100 points. I think has probably an 80 to 85% chance to go over 100 points. There's going to be points and touchdowns all over the place. It's going to be a fun game to watch. So Oklahoma, I say, goes 12-0. Here's the negative side, though. In the Big 12 championship, I actually have Texas winning. I have Texas getting their revenge against Oklahoma. It's kind of the reverse of last year. Last year, Texas beat Oklahoma in regular season. Oklahoma got their revenge in the Big 12 championship. This year, I think Oklahoma will beat Texas in the regular season, and Texas will get their revenge in the Big 12 championship. So that means Oklahoma will probably go to something like the Sugar Bowl, which is, you could make an argument for a down year, but I would hardly disagree that being a top 5 team going 12-0 and making a Sugar Bowl would be a down year. Yes, they don't make the playoffs, but it was still an ultra-successful season for Oklahoma. I think Jalen Hurts is going to show a lot of progress. Do I think he's going to win the Heisman? Maybe. I wouldn't put my money on it, but I do think he'll definitely be in the running. And I think Oklahoma has their next great quarterback season on their hands. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you Oklahoma fans want more content, I will be sure to give it to you. Just let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and peace.